Matt, a lot of times when you see the advertisements from the ball manufacturers and such, they're talking about the marketing, what the ball will do, and it always is referenced more towards the market, which is majority right-handed. It kind of makes it hard for a left-hander to create an arsenal for them to go out and compete at different tournaments or different events. How do you go about it?
Well, I mean, I have a benefit. I have access to a lot of great equipment, and if I'm going to go to a tournament, certainly knowing what the lane condition is going to be really helps, and that seems to be the trend these days is to know what you're bowling on. So you kind of get an idea of where you're supposed to play, where you want to play on that pattern, and you select your equipment based on the type of roll that you're looking for. But I base it a lot too on surface. I do a lot of ball surface changes, knowing that the way you change the surface, how that controls the back end reaction. So you want to control the lane that way. So I'll certainly pick a type of roll and change the surface that way, change it during practice even, to create a little more versatility.
So you're going to have not a lot of different shapes, but different distances that you're going to have in that arsenal.
Right, because a lot of our moves are going to be just based on where the ball is hooking. So you're just going to look at that break point. You want the ball to get a little bit farther down the lane. You want it to hook a little bit earlier. You're doing that more with surface than you are with different crazy layouts.
So let's take a look at a few shots and see the different shapes and different distances of an arsenal for a left-hander.
My first choice here is going to be for when the pattern's a little bit fresher, a little bit heavier. It's a little bit earlier, a little bit more surface. Certainly a good benchmark. Had some success with it, recently. I'm comfortable with getting a read off of the reaction, throwing this ball early. Again, that's the idea of the benchmark, of course, is to base your moves off of what you see from that ball. Well, I'm going to go to this option, and that's going to be a little bit more length. It just has a little bit less surface on it, and it's going to have a little bit more back end too. So it's going to change the shape a little bit more of a check mark down the lane, but certainly the length is what we'd like to get out of that ball. On this option, it allows me to stay to the left, stay where I would be to start, and it's going to be even longer down the lane and a little bit less rolly. So it gives me that length that I might need as the lanes transition, as things break down. And I can go to that ball and know it's going to be enough length, but still enough back end as well. And then my final choice here, it's a little bit earlier rolling, a little bit smoother. So if I need to actually get right a little bit and open things up a little bit, then I have a different shape. It's going to give me more of an arc motion. So I can change, if I want to change angles completely and just try something totally different, it gives me a totally different look.